Hello, my name is Jacob Torres. Normally, I would be coming to you as contracted engineering plant scientist from the APH and Veggie Labs at NASA Kennedy Space Center. But today I'm visiting you as a PI in a citizen research project called the Space Chili Go a Pepper Plant Challenge. And I want to take this opportunity to talk to you about using your platform, your research, and your experience as a way to interact and do outreach with the public. We have done so many amazing things with our flight experiments and our research in our areas. And there are also so many individuals who look up at our work and are so excited to one day develop their own research. And for somebody in the industry like you to take some time out to talk to these individuals means so much. It's so important that it could fuel them to reach their goals. And I know that I had many mentors and teachers throughout my time, and I am 100% here because of them. And in many ways, outreach and sharing is a way to give back. Outreach can take many forms. It can be as easy as mentoring one individual, and that would be completely successful. Maybe when interns come around, if there's an opportunity for you to take in an intern, that is totally awesome. You know, now during the pandemic, with teachers and students who are meeting virtually, it's easier for us to visit these classrooms, and they need us even more now. So calling in and meeting with a group of students just to talk about your experience and where you went to school and giving some advice, it just means so much. One thing that I have done is I've taken advantage of technology and social media to share one of the flight experiments that I'm involved in. PH04, which is Plant Habitat 04, is an experiment in the Advanced Plant Habitat set to be done in spring of 2021. It will grow peppers in a technical demonstration to show the capabilities of that system. The selected pepper is a variety from New Mexico. It's called the Espanola Improved, which is a hybrid of a southern New Mexico variety called the Hatch pepper and a northern New Mexico pepper called the Espanola pepper. And I just so happen to be from Espanola, New Mexico, and that's my hometown. So we have this cultivar with the community's name on it, and we have this flight experiment, and there's wonderful potential to put them together. So what I did was I took a look at our tests, the testing that we have and looked for a general topic to share, something that is not sensitive or is not classified. And I put it together in a kind of activity for students to get involved in. And let me share my screen and show it to you. The Space Chili Grow a Pepper Plant Challenge is essentially me, a plant scientist from Kennedy Space Center, challenging the public to grow a pepper plant. I am not funded. This is pretty much just me interacting with the community on my free time. So I needed platforms and outputs that don't cost very much. So the first thing I did was I started a Facebook group page and labeled it the Space Chili Grow a Pepper Plant Challenge. And then I wrote an introduction. In that introduction essentially is a story that gets the participant involved and brings them in and keeps them and gets them informed on what we're doing and why we're doing it. And this introduction essentially talks about my team at NASA Kennedy Space Center, the work that they're doing to grow crops in space and to supplement astronauts' diets, and then the part where we're going to grow peppers in space or space chili. One thing that I'm experiencing in the lab, Lachelle Spencer and I are experiencing in the lab, is that the peppers don't grow hot the way they do in the field. They don't taste the same either. So the concern is that the astronauts who will be eating these peppers may not be getting the best tasting New Mexico pepper that you can possibly get. So I see an opportunity here to reach out to the general community and challenge them to grow pepper plants indoors in a controlled environment in their classroom or by themselves at home, and help me to learn what it takes to grow a hot pepper. They'll record data along the way, and in the end, they'll take one sample, dry it, send it to UNM for capsaicin level testing, and then the hottest pepper wins the challenge for 2021. And really, the challenge isn't what I'm really after. What I'm really after is the data. So whoever gets that hottest pepper, I'll be calling them to ask them how they grew that pepper. But what I did was I made a very simple bullet list of instructions on how to join the challenge. We started the group Facebook page, and then I established an email address where everybody can contact me. This is just a private email where anybody can communicate with me very easily. AOL I thought was very human-like. It would feel very approachable. So first thing is send an email to me with your address, and I'll put together an envelope of seeds with the mission badge and mail them out. And then while they're waiting, they can decide how to do their growth method, and I give them examples on how to grow a pot in soil, like the ones right behind me, or a hydroponic cup, and other things. When their seeds show up, they plant, and then they record data. It's not an experiment unless you're recording data. So that was one of my biggest challenges. It was the data part, or the data aspect. And ultimately, I'm so blessed that one of our space farmers, Dr. Richard Barker, who is actually a real space farmer in real life, is very knowledgeable in collecting data and managing large data sets. And he created this data app for us, for all of our participants to go in and submit whatever is important to me and this research and what we're looking for. And essentially, they can go in here and document how they grew their pepper plants, the conditions, the environment, when it sprouted, when did it flower, when did it start to fruit, when did it harvest. And in the end, I hope to have this great illustration of how this cultivar, the Martinez Chimayo pepper, grows. So I have my introduction out. I have a Facebook page, an email address to contact me through, and a place to sort my data. Now all I needed was seeds. Lachelle Spencer and I went on a research trip to New Mexico, and we met Fidel Martinez, who donated some of his peppers seeds to us, the Martinez Chimayo. He said, do good things with them. So Lachelle put them in crop selection, and they're currently growing in our labs at Kennedy Space Center. And I put them into this challenge where I will send seeds out to whoever asks for them, and then I'll send the information, and they participate in the challenge and help grow Space Chili 2. What happens is we get tons of participation, individuals from all over the world. Here's one from Luke Fountain. He's in the United Kingdom. And these are just all individuals who are growing peppers around the country and around the world. And they post their experiments and their pepper plants here. And I comment on them. So they get to be involved in this flight experiment. They grow a pepper plant at home. They're learning how to fulfill data and submit data. And then they're communicating with me and interacting with an actual real scientist on Facebook. And so they post their work here, and I talk about it. Here is the New Mexico magazine where it talks about PH04 and the Space Chili Challenge. Here's Akiko, who is in Japan, and she posts pictures of her pepper plants and how she's growing them. And then ultimately, she will send a sample to UNM for capsaicin level testing. I have amazing people who are involved, like Christina Johnson, who is a postdoc at NASA Kennedy Space Center. She actually participates in the challenge more than I do. And she goes in and comments on almost every single participant's post that goes out there. So not only are they interacting with me, but they're also interacting with other researchers who are in the field. And it just became this incredible, amazing community where we all shared together. During these hard times of the pandemic, we are all working together on something. They are learning science. My research is advancing at the same time, and it's just this wonderful, wonderful experience, and it's just so much fun. It doesn't stop at Facebook. You know, of course, there's Twitter and Instagram and other outlets like Twitter and these things, and many people are in all of these different platforms, and they're free. So if I have time, I take advantage of them. This is the Space Chili Challenge pen. After 1,400 envelopes, it blew up in my hand. I visited Michael Wilkinson's class, and after the visit, they made drawings of themselves as astronauts engineers, doctors, and scientists. They envision their future selves after talking to me, and this is just like the most wonderful thing that I can imagine. And so in many ways, all of these entries and things are a gauge of how amazing this activity has been. It also kind of shows that there's this great hunger to participate in the work that we're doing. And if you play it right, you can mentor and teach other students, but you could also maybe advance your research. And that is just like wonderful. It's a wonderful trade-off. In this day and age and using social media, you can do all your work pretty much from your cell phone or at home, or I'm at home right now. I participate along with the challengers, or I have some pepper plants growing with the Growing Beyond Earth kids. I take pictures of them, share data info, set the example, and then let them join on. And it's been really fun. It's been amazing. And I just cannot explain how just spending some time to share your work and doing some outreach, it just means the world to a lot of people. If anything that I showed you here gave you any ideas, or if you'd like to talk more about what we're doing and maybe we can set up a challenge for your work, you're welcome to contact me. Of course, I work at Kennedy Space Center, so you can find me through the NASA portal. My email address to the Space Chili Challenge is jt@nasa@aol.com. You can also find me through the Space Chili Grow Pepper Plant Challenge. You can just Google that online, and then you can contact me through there. And I'm just really excited to be doing what I'm doing and sharing what I'm doing with the community as well. And there's just so much potential for everybody to do the same. Thank you for listening to my talk, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.